Hi friend, Laura Lee, your friendly neighborhood cuddle therapist here. I hope you're doing well today. And if you're not, that's okay, because not every day is a good day, and it's okay to just be okay. I hope something inspires you and makes you feel warm and fuzzy today. Oh, without further ado, um, I think we should do something. First off, let's talk about my 5 most frequently asked questions as a cuddle therapist. Question number 1. Are you really a cuddle therapist? Oh my gosh, do you really get paid to cuddle with people? Like, that's it? Yes, I am a cuddle therapist, and yes, I am paid to cuddle with people. But no, it's a little bit more complex than you might think. You see, what I'm paid to do is create a safe space so that people can experience touch and explore affection without expectation through means of consent and boundaries. What I mean by that is you get to just show up, no expectation. You're not expected to take care of someone. You're not expected to do anything. You don't even have to hug or touch. No hugs, no touch, nothing if that's not something you're wanting. You see, that's the beauty of what I do, is I provide some place where you get to make the rules. And what feels good for you? What is it you're needing right now? That's what this is all about. Question number 2. Is there any adult content involved? No, absolutely not. While it's not a bad thing for bodies to experience arousal, it's actually quite a good thing. It means your body's working properly. That's not what we're trying to do here. Actually, it's kind of the opposite of what we're trying to do here. What we're trying to do is calm your nervous system into a state of relaxation. Not the opposite. But you see, a lot of people have never experienced touch outside of a romantic aspect. What I mean by that is most people haven't just cuddled with anybody, just randomly without it leading to something further. And that's a hindrance in our society today because there are so many people out there that are extremely touch deprived because they don't have somebody to just give them a hug. And that's what we're trying to bridge the gap between. You see, people need people. We need touch. It's a very basic human need. So what we're doing is the exact opposite of creating an adult content environment. What this does is teaches your system that you can experience touch without it leading to something sensual or of an erotic nature. Have you ever just given someone a hug when they needed it the most, or when you needed it the most? What did that do for you? What did you feel? How did that change your mood, your day, how you felt? Maybe even your perspective on something. Did you feel left alone in that moment? Did it stick with you? Those are the questions that I want you to think about, rather than what happens if someone gets excited. If somebody gets excited, we ignore it for the most part. We do not engage, and we don't try to prolong. We do not shame it, but we don't try to prolong. And we certainly don't try to incite. However, things do happen. Bodies do work in very biological ways. And, we just move, change position, take a break. And if somebody's really, really uncomfortable, we just end the session. And that's okay. It's okay for those sorts of things to happen, as long as no boundaries are violated and nobody pushes it to the next level. Question number 3. Contract. Do I really have to sign a contract? Short answer, yes, you do. If you don't want to sign a contract, then I can promise you I am not for you. There are other people out there that you can work with that will not have you sign a contract and will not force you to, but if you want to work with me, that's something that's going to happen. Why? Well, you see, my contracts provide the terms and conditions and set the entire tone of things. If you look at my contract, because I send it out anytime anybody has a question, and it is listed on my website, free access, so that going into things, you already know what to expect. But this clearly draws the lines of expectation and sets the basic boundaries for things. This tells you going in what is okay and what isn't. Yes, there's going to be times when we discuss even further what's okay and what's not, as far as what areas are acceptable to touch, what topics are okay, might be trigger points, etc. But contracts are the baseline for protection, not just for me, but for the client. you guys need to be protected too. And what this states is this entire legal jargon applies for both parties, for you and for me. It means that I have to maintain those boundaries as well. Considering I work in trauma care predominantly, this is a very, very, very vital aspect to helping my clients feel secure after they have experienced abuse or assault. Like, as an assault victim myself, I cannot see a time period in my life where working with someone in a physical space where your bodies are touching and there's that level of interpersonal intimacy where a contract would not be necessity at bare minimum. So that's my philosophy for my practice. You're going to find people that disagree, and that's okay. Whatever works for you, but this is what works for me to feel safe, as well as my clients to feel safe. I hope that answers that question. Question number 4. What do we wear? You guys, the goofier the pajamas, the fuzzier, the better. Especially if you have matching slippers. Bonus points, man. The biggest things you need to know are wear something comfortable. For me, that's pajamas. Some of my pajamas look like scrubs, and some of them are just goofy. Some of them are just regular pajama pants. A lot of it just depends on the tone of the session. If I'm working more in trauma care, you are going to probably see more in scrubs, unless your trauma is medical trauma. The pajamas will be more scrubbish. But if we're just hanging out, having a good time, relaxing, watching a movie, oh yeah, definitely gonna wear some goofy pajamas that will just make both of us feel warm and fuzzy and definitely cause some laughter, for sure. If there isn't smiles and laughter by the end of the session, I probably won't feel like I've done my job. Anyway, I digress. I would stick to something without zippers or buttons and a lot of pockets. As much as we girls love pockets, try to avoid them and putting things in them, because when you're cuddling with somebody, you're spooning or anything like that, things like that can be a real hindrance. So uncomfortable. So wear something comfortable. Shorts and shirts, minimum. There is no getting down to underwear, and there's certainly no nudity. You're more than welcome to bring clothes and change before and after, whichever. I won't start the clock until you are dressed and ready, but if you don't change into something appropriate, I will end the session. Question number 5. Where? Where are you the most comfortable? Some people like their sessions in their home, where they feel most at ease, most themselves. Some people prefer nature experiences, and those are honestly some of my favorites because I know that I feel most grounded in nature. So park experiences are a lot of fun for both of us. And I do have a traveling giant dog bed that I am not ashamed to say that I have taken to numerous parks and numerous fields and just had a session in the middle of the field and stared up at the stars and made s'mores. Some people opt for a hotel or an Airbnb, and wherever you're most comfortable, I will go there. I do tend to work with several different hotel chains where I have made friends with the staff. They know what I do, so they will know how many people I'm expecting to come in and out of the room during that time period, just so that everybody's safe. I love the hotel staff that I've worked with. A lot of them will even walk you to your car just to make sure you're safe. It's just such a caring community once you start to make these connections. I digress. I have a 3 rolling bag set up of greenery, green blankets, pillows, candles, all things fuzzy. I even have a weighted stuffed animal, much like this guy. I've chosen to do things in shades of green so that it keeps a very calming, soothing atmosphere. But you tell me where, and I'll be there. Well, I think that about wraps up our 5 most frequently asked questions. If you have questions, comment them below. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, feel free to shoot me an email, text message, private message me, whatever makes you feel most comfortable. Don't be ashamed to ask questions because you don't know until you ask. I hope you guys have a really, really great evening or morning, and I hope to see you soon. Happy cuddles.